Assalamu alaikum students, hope you'll fine. Today in this video we are going to learn how to make comparison between two objects, two things, two persons, okay, two animals. Okay, let's start. In your other classes like a math, you might have learned about how to make comparison between two numbers. For example, 4 is greater than 3, 5 is greater than 4, isn't it? Like 3 is less than 4. Okay, 2 is less than 1. So here we learn how to make comparison between two numbers. Here the sign show the comparison between two numbers. This show greater than or less than. Here this is called greater than sign. And less than, this is a less than sign. Okay, here we learn how to show comparison between two numbers. So this sign show the less than and this sign show the greater than. Similarly, in the language we show the comparison between two. We show the comparison between two persons, two animals, two things by using the words. Okay, by using words like we use ER. Word ER to form describing word. To form describing word. To form describing word. For example, if we said it is greater than, for example, greater than means the bigger. For example, we use a describing word big, isn't it? Big is a describing word that describes a noun. For example, big. Okay, we use ER after big car. ER after a describing word to form a word. And sometimes we use we use more to show comparison between two persons, two animals, two things. And here we show also the comparison with that. Okay, these words, you can take the help of these words to show the comparison in language. Let's learn how to make a comparison. Okay, here are some given pictures. As you can see here. You can see here the comparison. This is greater than this. This is bigger than this. Okay, here an elephant is bigger than pony. You can see here elephant is much bigger than this pony. Here you learn that elephant's height is more than this pony. So we use here bigger. You can see here we use ER after the big to form a comparison between two animals here. Okay, now we move on to the second sentence. The rope is longer than ribbon. Okay, what we have used here? We have used here ER and than, isn't it? Similarly, here we use here ER and than to show the comparison between rope. You can see here in a picture, rope is longer, means in a size it is longer than a ribbon. Ribbon is here small and it is much longer than ribbon. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the next. The book is thicker. You can see here ER and then to show. We use these words to show comparison. Similarly, like here in the in numbers, we show the comparison with the help of the greater than and less than signs. Here we show the comparison with ER and then. You can see here the book is thicker than the comic. You can see here this book is thicker than this comic. You can see here this is much thicker. The means much thick than this comic. You can see in the picture. Veer is older than Sagar. You can see that this is a Veer. You can see here the name Veer and the Saga here is here. Okay, this is older than this. Okay, here we know that it's obviously here. It is visible here that it is its height is more than this Sagar. Veer's height is more than Saga. You can see here that means if its height is more than this, so we can say it is older than Saga. You can see older, er word we can use after describing word, and then. Okay. Rima is taller than Hina. You can see here in this sentence we learn what we learn. Rima is taller. Rima is this. You can see here Nema and Hina. It is taller than. Okay, we learn here, as you can see in the picture, that Rima is much taller than Hina. Hina is smaller than Rima. Okay, we learn here what we learn, that Rima is taller than Hina. So here we learn that to show how to show comparison between two persons. Here we learn also how to show comparison between two persons. Here we learn how to show comparison between two things. Here we show comparison between two things. Here we learn how to show comparison between two animals. Now here in the sixth sentence, a peacock is more beautiful than a pigeon. As I have mentioned there, that we use word more to show comparison between two persons, whatever person, animals, things. A peacock is a bird. Here it is more beautiful. As I said already that we use more to show comparison between two animals, persons, things. Okay, here is a bird. It is more beautiful than a pigeon. So we learn here it is this peacock is beautiful than a pigeon. So in this sentence we learn how to make a comparison between two birds. So now let's do our first exercise. Tick the correct words that describes Miss and Mr. Cook. Okay, here what you have to do, we have to do, here are given pictures of this is Mrs. Cook and this is Mr. Cook. Now we have to give the tick to the correct word that describes these persons. So let us do. Mr. Cook is thin, fat. You learn here it is a fatty person or a thin person. We learn here Mr. You can see here it is a thin. We can give the tick to the thin here. Mrs. Cook is a fat. Yeah, we know this is a fatty. Okay, Mrs. Cook is fatty here. So we learn here it is a fatty. Mr. Cook is tall. You can see here it is taller. Its height is much more than Miss Cook. Miss Cook is smaller than Mr. Cook, and Mr. Cook's height is more than Miss Cook. So we can say it is tall. Miss Cook is short or tall. We know that it is height is very short than a Mr. Cook. So we can say it is a short. Mr. Cook wears a blue shirt or a black shirt. What kind of a shirt here Mr. Cook wears? We know that is a blue. You can see here blue color shirt. Miss Cook wears a white or a colorful dress. You can see here it is a colorful dress, not a white dress. We can see here it is a colorful dress. Okay, this is how we done this.